Good morning everyone. Welcome you all to the lecture video session on the motivation theories. So in the previous lecture video we discussed about the very important factor called motivation, which is going to be a major factor for the growth of any company, because human resources are motivated only with the positivity. So there are different theories that have been proposed by various thinkers. We are going to discuss about the 5 major theories which are very important, and we are going to discuss each one of them separately. And the first one is the Maslow's need of hierarchy theory. Second one is the Herzberg's hygiene theory. Third one is the McGregor's theory X and theory Y categories. Fourth one is McClelland's need model. Fifth one is Room's valence expectancy theory. Let's take each one of them one by one, and we are going to discuss about the various needs of the motivation with respect which is proposed by each one of them. Let's take the most basic one, the most popular one, where almost all of the motivation theories are based upon the Maslow's experiment of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Abraham Maslow, a well-known psychologist, in a classic paper published in 1943, and he outlined the elements of an overall theory of motivation. So his theory was based on the human needs. So entire motivation theory, what he proposed, was basically based on the human needs. So he felt that within every human being there exists a hierarchy of 5 needs, which are stated here in the form of a pyramid. So the first one is the basic physiological needs, and the second one is the safety and the security needs. Third one is the social affiliation, belongingness needs. Fourth one is the esteem needs, and the fifth one at the top of the pyramid is the self-actualization needs. So let's understand each one of them in depth. The basic physiological needs is about the food, water, clothes, shelter. All these are the basic physiological needs of every human being. So the bottommost of the pyramid, the motivation, the hierarchy of needs, the basic needs of any human being is food, water, shelter, clothing. And the second one is that the safety security needs. That is, the safety security needs basically revolves around security from the physical and then the economical needs. The type of the needs are food, water, clothes for the physiological needs, whereas for security from the physical needs, physical and the economical needs, goes around with the job security, PF or the provident fund, pension, medical insurance. All these are the motivation factors in order to meet the safety and the security needs. Salary is the basic motivation factor to meet the physiological needs like food, water, clothes, because human beings, whoever is the employee, they can meet all these requirements only with the help of the salary. That is going to be the motivation factor. So the third need is social affiliation, belongingness needs. All these are going to come with the love, affection, or the affection that is towards the work that they are doing. Affiliation is that the image, that the brand that they are going to work for, and then the belongingness is that the work that they are going to do in an organization, that is going to get the belongingness, and then the trust, and then the other factors which are going to be there, which is going to influence. These are all coming under the social or the affiliation or the belongingness needs. So these needs refer to the affection, the self-respect, and the affection, sense of belongingness, and also the acceptance of each other inside the team, and then the friendship that they develop inside the team. So this can happen only when you have good colleagues, good characters around, and then the behavior. These are all going to affect, these are all the motivation factor in order to meet the affection or to get the belongingness to the company. The fourth one is the esteem needs, which is going to be this includes the factors like respect, self-respect, recognition, and the autonomy status, and the recognition and the attention that is given to each and every human being. This can happen only when they get the motivation factors of this are designations or the recognition that is given by the company. So the designation that you are going to motivation factor. So the last one is a self-actualization needs. The factor that is going to influence this self-actualization needs is the realization of the capabilities of one's. That is, it is the highest level of the need in the hierarchy when we can see at the top of the pyramid, and it refers in the drive to become what one is capable of. Reaching the highest position is the one which is going to be the motivation factor. Suppose in an interview, if anybody asks that what would you like to become after 5 years, then I may say that I would, being the fresher, I may say that I want to become a project manager after 5 years. That is my dream at the beginning of my career. So reaching the highest level. After that, if at all anybody goes for the interview after becoming a project manager, they may say that they would like to become a VP, or they would like to become a vice president of a company down the lane. So that is what exactly is the self-actualization needs. Motivation factor for this is the reaching highest the position. So the next one is the Herzberg's hygiene theory. Two factors are proposed by Herzberg. Friedrich Herzberg proposed this theory in the year 1950. He conducted the experiment on 200 engineers and 200 accountants, and he came up with the two-factor theory. That is, one is the job dissatisfactors, which are called as hygiene factors, and the second one is the job satisfactors, which are the motivators. If we list out the hygiene factors and the motivator factors, we can list out many things there. So the first one is the maintenance or the hygiene factors. Second one is the motivational factors. Under the hygiene factors, salary, the thing that is to be understood is that hygiene factors, when in place, these factors result in dissatisfaction, and motivator factors, when in place, these factors result in satisfaction. So the hygiene factors are salaries, wages and other benefits, and company policy and administration. And the third one is the good interpersonal relationships. Fourth one is the quality of supervision. And fifth one is the job security. Sixth one is the working conditions. Seventh one is the work or the life balance. So job dissatisfactors or the hygiene factors includes the company policy as well, and then the administration. And the job satisfactors, which are the motivator factors, includes sense of personal achievement, status, recognition, challenging as a stimulating work, and the opportunity for the advancement, and then the promotion, and then the growth. So need for achievement, need for affiliation, all these are going to come here, where these are going to propose when the job dissatisfactors or hygiene factors, when they are not there, then it is going to result in the job dissatisfaction. When these are in place, when the motivator factors in place, it is going to result in the satisfaction. Third theory is MacGregor's theory X and theory Y. And the theory X and the theory Y, Douglas MacGregor proposed this theory in the year 1950s, around 1950s, and this is going to go around the theories of assumptions. So the assumption theory X says that the motivating factors, the assumption says that employees dislike the work, and then they are lazy, they dislike the responsibility, and they must be coerced to perform. So in this kind of theory X, the employees dislike avoid the work, requires coercion, and then they go out of the responsibility. So they are required to direct into the work. They should be punished if at all they are not going to work. But the theory Y says that naturally they expend the work, and they will exercise the self-discretion and accept and seek responsibility. They have creative capacity if they get motivated, and they can reach the higher levels, and they can be motivated and then made to be worked. So this theory Y is assumption is that the employees like to work, and then they are very creative, and they seek the responsibility, and they can exercise self-direction if they get motivated. In the X, there are two different types of managers who believes that the kind of X type of managers says that they should be, the employees, if they don't work, they should be punished. They are more autocratic in style. The type of manager who are all Y type managers, they are all democratic in nature. The third one is the McLean's three need model. McLean's three need model says that the motivational needs are three in any of the employees: the need for power, need for affiliation, need for achievement. So the next one is David C. McLean's three needs theory. We are going to complete this video with this one model, and we are going to discuss about the other two theories in the next video. So here basically David C. McLean said that this is basically a three need theory, and each one of the person is going to get motivated with the three different needs. The first need is the need for power, and the second need is the need for affiliation, and the third one is the need for achievement. The first one, the need for power, says that there is a great concern to exercise the influence and control, and it will be the person type will be forceful, outspoken, and then the hard-headed, and they are demanding. The second one is the people who are having the need for affiliation. They derive the pleasure from being loved, and then they want the good friendship, and they want the good positive environment to work around, and they avoid the pain of rejection. They do not like any kind of rejections, and they enjoy the sense of intimacy and understanding. They want a positive environment along with their colleagues. And the third type is that people who look for need for achievement, they are having the intense desire for the success, and they work hard, and they are very worried about the failures, and they cannot take the failures at one go, and they take difficult tasks, and they are ready to go head-hearted, and then they can take up any kind of risk, and they are the risk takers, and they take a realistic approach to the risk. With this, we have completed three different types of the theories of motivation, and we understood that each one of the type of motivation theory basically revolved around the types of people and then the needs of people. With this, we come to the end of this lecture video session. Thank you everyone. See you all in the next video on the two other different types of motivation. Thank you everyone.